It's Friday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Obiajilu in the building, counting down to our event this weekend.
It's today.
It's today.
To become more 2.0 is today. Some participants have flown in from different parts of the country. Some are flying in this morning. After the show, I'm heading straight to Lakwe Resort, where we are going to be camping for the next 2 days. We're finishing on Sunday. And I'm really looking forward to the experience. Tokwe Makodige is coming with us. She decided to come. Yes, she registered yesterday. of a Wake Up Nigeria is also coming for the event. She registered as well.
Star-studded.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm looking for. I've been doing more of business-related trainings. I'm trying to do business. If I say any course on leadership, structure, I'm paying for those trainings. But I just thought about it that really we don't pay more attention to our emotional well-being enough. So I decided to register after the live. She convinced me during the live that I should register. Even though that wasn't the intention, and I'm really looking forward to. I have my checklist of what I want to achieve at the end of the day, and I'm praying that it works out. Yesterday, Justina's birthday, and Mariah is wearing Ready to Wear by Justina.
Yeah.
I went there. I'm really proud of her. Like, I'm really proud of her.
I picked it up on the rack. It was really nice.
Beautiful.
And she was one of the beneficiaries of our Ewabela scholarship program back then. Yes, really? And now she's thriving, doing so well. Yes, so
I like when young girls work
really,
hard.
yes,
Yeah,
she is.
She is. Fantastic. How are you doing, Nima Akasha today?
So today I'm just looking forward to going home straight and catching up. Been writing exams and a lot of work has been happening this week. So today everything ends. The holiday starts properly. I need to rest. I really need to. I've gotten someone that will be coming in now, so I'm off the list of those who does not have help.
Oh,
but it's a whole new experience.
Yeah, it's about time.
Oh, so you have help now?
Somebody
resuming tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
No, I can't sleep in. I need the privacy.
But at least fantastic. Well done. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you to all guys.
How did you know? He was the one who recruited her.
We know.
He was the one who recruited the woman.
So tomorrow I'll be speaking at the Footprints Conference, RCCG Church Victory Sanctuary. The theme is Be Authentic 2.0, and I'll be speaking there. I'm pretty excited. Lagos Province 67 Youth, Young Adults and Youth Church, and I'm really excited to be part of that program tomorrow. So I'll be speaking there at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so it's been nice to see you guys there.
Anybody that
is around there. I have another event tomorrow evening. I'm supposed to speaking somewhere. I'm not sure. I don't have the details, but I'm supposed to be moderating a session there. Okay. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, it's Friday. We'll go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Federal government considers fresh measures to end terrorism. 200 criminal suspects arrested in 24 days. JAMB fixes 140 as cut-off point for admission. ASU strike. 560 billion naira more needed to pay varsity teachers. Federal government to spend 6.72 trillion on subsidy next year, says Finance Minister. Nigeria others got $14 billion COVID-19 cash, says World Bank. Federal government takes 3,657 civil servants before the ICPC over IPPIS, and NCAA withdraws Dana Air license. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Major headline.
Major headline.
So yesterday, after the National Security Council meeting headed by the President at the ASU Villa, the Minister for Justice was giving hints as to what they resolved, and two major highlights of their resolutions is the national, in the whole Federation, Okada ban, and they're looking at stopping suspension of mining activities. This is, of course, they're looking at what could possibly be funding terrorism, and, you know, they're looking at also stemming those things that will fund terrorism. One of them is mining. Allowed areas where minings are allowed, of course, are ways where these people have been getting money. So they're looking at suspending mining, and they're looking at a national Okada ban, and, you know, looking at ways to curb ransom taking also, some of the measures that they're bringing. Why? I think as long as they are doing something, it is good. But I think also that, you know, in certain areas where these are the only means of transportation, we know some areas are unmotorable nationally. I think they should use sense to do it so that there's a balance.
I agree. So the World Bank Group yesterday said it has disbursed $14 billion to Nigeria and other developing countries to tackle COVID-19 since the pandemic broke out. And this was said by the World Bank Group President, David Malpass. He disclosed this yesterday at the World Health Organization ministerial briefing on the global COVID-19 vaccination strategy and implementation held in Washington, D.C. So he said because of the Russia and Ukraine crisis, there's been a sharp rise in inflation and poverty, and that has diverted the world's attention from COVID-19. And now the demand for vaccines are becoming slower and slower by the day. But what they have tried to do is to ensure that they focus vaccinating the elderly ones, the most vulnerable ones, the immunocompromised ones, and health workers. And they're also asking that though the COVID-19 virus is mutating back to back, we need to keep taking these vaccines to better protect ourselves.
Let me take the story of the disruption that took place at the Murtala Mohammed Airport 2 yesterday, when passengers, about 100 passengers, found out that the flight they had booked with Dana Airline is now indefinitely suspended. Sad situation, because they started destroying properties of Dana within the facility, because they said they did not get enough information from the airline operators on what they were going to do. Would there be a transfer or the other? The situation was announced officially by the Director General of the NCAA, Captain Musa Nuhu. Said that they had communicated to the management of Dana Airline that their license has been suspended indefinitely. Reasons are not because of their aircraft, but mainly because of their financial capacity. They don't have the investigation has said that the airline operation doesn't have they're not in a position to meet financial obligation. So, you know, many people that supply Jet A1 are already complaining that many Nigerian airlines are not paying. Yeah. So if you don't pay cash, you don't get fuel. So this is now been brought to the attention of the NCAA, and the NCAA has suspended Dana Airline. Now, I have been in a case where Nigerians, we get aggrieved with services and we start destroying properties. It is not right. I need to beg. As much as it's possible, the Dana Airline operations should communicate effectively that, okay, we no longer can take you, but we will move you to this other company, or we are going to refund you tomorrow, or something.
The regulator should have handled it even better.
Yes, don't
so
just
you want to ban
them
Dana,
like that.
You want to ban Dana's license, sake of Dana's flying license. Did you think, you know, that they were continuing a business and that people's lives will be affected, so that you come in at the time, the way the AMCOM used to come in to buffer the that's the way you come in at the airport.
There was no transition plan. So after they destroy parties, my appeal, both parties have things go wrong. You can sue Dana to court of destroying the properties.
ASU is saying that they will need about 500, well, the federal government is saying they need about 560 billion naira currently, according to the reports from this. They currently pay 372 billion annually on universities, which includes salaries. But with this, they've tried to meet the ASU a bit halfway. They are offering, according to the report, 1 million naira monthly. I think, according to them, that's 100% increment. Although ASU is asking for 2 million naira, that's what they're hoping to earn. But the government has offered 1 million naira a month, and has also said that because of the dwindling revenue from the country, it's difficult for them to make a full payment of all the demands. However, the federal government is also appealing to NL to Labour to hold off their nationwide protest. If you recall, they planned a protest for, I think it's July 25th, and they're saying that they should hold off because negotiations have are already advanced, and both parties are already negotiating and are agreeing on the payments to be made. So they're trying to get Labour to call off the strike, but Labour is insisting that they're going to go ahead with this strike. Okay, moving on now to the Punch. Revenue falls by 1.89 trillion naira. Nigerians face tougher times. NYSC mourns as 2 couples die in crash. Lagos policemen assault, rob driver of 50,000 naira. Kuje prison minors motorcyclists faults federal government's planned ban. Stranded woman begs nursing mother for accommodation, steals baby. JAM releases cutoff, says admission ends December 31st. INEC records 334 pre-election court cases. Reps probe NNPC's multi-billion-dollar JV deals. DSS reports warns against protests in Gigatel's NLC. NCAA grounds Dana. And power generation crashes to 3 megawatts. FG begins probe. Okay.
So major headlines is a sad news for me. The federal government, have a projection of 6.7 trillion naira that they need to raise for fuel subsidy next year. And this is against our shortfall in oil revenue. We have not been meeting our OPEC quota for, oil, for crude generation. Not just vandalizing, a lot of other issues are affecting it. And based on this, we are projecting how much we used to pay. Of course, let me just quote the former chairman of the Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria, who I totally agree with. He said this would mean that life will be tougher for Nigerians. One of the things in the report also said that we are now spending more on debt servicing, than we are getting as revenue. When the Minister for Finance continuously said we could borrow, she kept saying our fare should be revenue generation. And we did not, and she did not suggest, or anybody in the economic team did not, suggest possible revenue generation mechanism that they will use to meet all these debts they were borrowing and the servicing that they were doing. And so now this thing is going to continue to affect Nigerian lives. NNPC now is no longer a government agency; it's now a limited company, Abi. And so, what is the arrangements with the subsidy payments going to be like? The former chairman also talked about it being a contract now, that we have terms and conditions and how the subsidy payment will be paid. The failure for me is any government that is coming in now that does not know how many new refineries we are going to be doing and continue to project Dangote's refinery. That person is not enough. Is not
okay, serious.
Qualified for government.
Any other story in Punch?
Yeah, I want to take the story of human interest story. So, the family of what's the woman's name, Binta Al Hassan, welcomed a newborn baby, and that evening a woman came to the house. Her name is Fumi Fumi, and Fumi said that, I came to Gotipupa to visit my friend who used to live in your house, and now she's not here anymore. I don't know where to spend the night. So they accepted that she should spend the night in their house, gave her a meal, and the next morning Fumi absconded with their 1-day-old baby.
God forbid. She did not call the person she was going to visit.
So the husband, Abbas Issa, went to report to the police station. They were able to trace the woman and found her doing baby naming ceremony. So she had lied to her husband that she was pregnant. Yeah. She said that she just liked the baby. It wasn't like she's just sorry. She wants to beg Nigerians to forgive her that she lied to her husband she was pregnant and she didn't know what to do. So she went to look for where there's a newborn baby and she kidnapped the baby, that she was just going to take care of the baby. It wasn't like she wanted to possibly harm to the baby. So thankfully they've been able to arrest her and return the baby to the rightful parents of the baby. I cannot imagine the trauma that that woman and her husband would have gone through with their day-old baby kidnapped by nice.
Does that make you remember my own story? The story of my brother was supposed to get married to.
Yes. That was taking pregnancy.
Yes. We did wedding in my house. So this woman said she was pregnant for my brother. And they actually thought I was pregnant. We've done introduction. She came for the introduction. We didn't find engagements gone. We did thinking that just there was nothing there.
Yes, there was nothing there. So this woman did the same thing and now went to kidnap a baby too.
God, that's horrible.
Oh, let's go on a break. When we come back, we come right back.
At TVC TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. You got a story, busy?
Yes, so some men of the Rapid Response Squad, that's the RRS, Lagos State Police Command, have been arrested for brutalizing and extorting money from a bus driver and 2 others on Ojelade Street in Fadeyi area of Lagos. The video clip went viral on social media, and it revealed the cops assaulting the victim. So according to the bus driver, Olaleko Okalawan, who is 34 years old, he said that that particular evening he was driving out of Ojelade Street and he bumped into the men of the RRS. At the time, he didn't even know that they were from the RRS. They said they were in mufti. They looked very, horrible with their ammunition, and so he was scared. So he reversed back and parked, and they followed him to where he parked and started, raining blows and slaps on him. And he kept asking, "What did I do? What did I do?" there was a friend of his that was there. They started beating that one as we're telling that one that he's the one that forced the driver to reverse back. And he was saying, I didn't ask him to reverse back. What have we done now? They drove into his vehicle, took him to Tafawa Balewa Square, stopped, parked there, and they were demanding money from him. So he ended up paying about 50,000 to get his vehicle out of that place. There was also a woman who was a businesswoman passing by, and they caught her. She said she was typing on her phone as she was moving by the street, and then they called her and started, harassing her that she was trying to make a video of them, collected her phone, forced her to put the password. By the time they realized that there was nothing in the phone, they didn't even apologize and they pushed her out. So those were testimonies coming out of that incident. But the police PRO has said that they have identified the officers who have done this, and investigation is going to be done, and I believe that they want to punish those people. They are giving the police, the security agencies a lot of bad name that Nigerians are no longer trusting. So once you see them and then you see guns and they are harassing you for no just cause because they want to make money, I think the police needs to put a stop to it by making those people examples.
Okay, let's move on now to Daily Sun. Nationwide ban on Okada looms. IPOP draws battle lines with Ebubeago. JAM pegs varsity cutoff marks at 140, 100 for polytechnics. Peter Obi, Buga, Bianca Putin, most trended in first half of 2022, says Google. Reps orders BPE to halt sale of 5 NDPHC power plants. Censors no religion ethnicity questions, says NPC. Group gets caught backing to file perjury case against Tinubu. Nigeria to spend big on subsidy next year. And reps orders BPE to halt. Okay, I think I told that story already. Okay, let's take a story.
Okay, so the census, the National Populations Commission, are doing what they call a test census or a trial census. And they're saying that in their questionnaire for this census, even with the one that is proposed to come up in 2023, that they will not have any questions alluding to a person's ethnicity or religion. And they found that these two issues are irrelevant to the population issues that they have, or or a person's residency in the country, and so they will not be asking those questions. I agree with them. I think they're totally irrelevant.
Okay, sure.
So I have the Peter Obi, Buga, Bianca, and Putin story. So Google, Mr. Taiwo Kola Ugunlade, that's the communication and public relation manager for Google West Africa. They released the mid-year what is most trending. That happened yesterday. And in what was trending in terms of personality, they said in the first half of 2022, Peter Obi, Putin, and Bianca Ojukwu were the top trending people within, most searched on Google. I'm sure that according to them, they said the Putin story was in relation to the Nigerians in the first 6 months invasion of Ukraine and all of that. Bianca Ojukwu, they said that the search must have come from when the drama happened between her and Ebele Chukwu, the wife of the immediate past governor of Anambra State. And the another issue that trended was AMCON. Then, of course, was the fact that the song Buga by Kiss Daniel that featured techno was #1 trending song in the period under review within West Africa.
Peter Obi to trend now?
Yes, Peter Obi #1, Putin and Ojukwu. Ojukwu.
Nice.
Then Buga was for music.
That was like a national All right, let's find another story.
Yes, so the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, has adopted 140 and 100 as a minimum cut-off points for degree awarding institutions and polytechnics and colleges of education, respectively, for the 2022 admission process. So according to the registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede, he said this at the ongoing policy meeting in Abuja yesterday, and he said unlike the 2021 cutoff marks, now the institutions are going to be having a uniformed cutoff mark across board. And he said that the federal universities' merit quota will remain 45%, while that of the state university falls between indigene quota and national quota. And the national merit quota for state institutions is still first 10%, irrespective of location of the candidate, 35% allowed to indigenes, of the state. Now, he went further to give the figure, said a total of 1,761,262 candidates applied for this 2022 UTME, and then 98,270 applied for direct entry in the universities through the board. And one of the things they did is for those people who apply with awaiting results, you're not going to be given any form of admission. Your result has to be out and complete before you can get admission into the universities.
So Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State flagged off the batch A of pilgrims going to the Holy Land of Israel and Jordan. 274 sponsored by the government. I still have an issue with government sponsoring all these Islamic and religious and Christian pilgrims. Anyways, was praying for them, saying that they must pray for Nigeria, that saying that they must pray for peace, security, unity, and progress in Enugu State and the country as a whole. He also that is pray for particularly that we should love one another in these times and we stop judging each other. And the missing link in our society right now is the fact that we have this mistrust. So you're asking them to pray for the elections coming up and Nigeria will be peace. 274 sponsored by the state of Enugu. If you want to break that down, say, okay, how much Enugu really earning? What's your idea? What's the order of priority? But see, it also reminds us of how religion is so important to us in this country. Where
be like that.
Our politicians must understand.
It is important to us, but the politicians should know that what is most important to the government is development.
Okay, let's move on now to Vanguard. Shetima's unveiling Tinubu adamant as reactions trail fake clergy's presence. FG records 3 trillion naira deficit in 4 months. Subsidy gulps 1.94 trillion naira. Aviation fuel crisis passengers to experience more flight delays and cancellations. Terrorism, FG malls nationwide ban on motorcycle activities. We talked about that earlier. 2023 court OK suit seeking Tinubu's trial over alleged perjury. NCAA suspends Dana Air's AOC over inability to conduct safe flights. Osun government are delicate trade words over assets and propaganda. Admission, JAM stakeholders peg varsity cutoff mark at 140. 100 million poor Nigerians make up my political structure, says Peter Obi. And I spent 20 years in prison for nothing. Who was that Peter Obi story? Nobody. I wanted to read it.
Okay. Oh, you didn't take it?
No,
I took another story, but go ahead. Go ahead.
So I have this story from this young man, Adeshino Oketaolegu. I hope I did not bother the name. From Ijebu, Ogun State, and he was narrating how life turned on him. So he said when he was 3, he lost his mother, and after that he got to the age of 13 and his father died, leaving him in the care of his uncle. And then the uncle was able to train him to primary school and could not continue to further his education. So he had to drop out of school and started working at a mechanic workshop. I say he was there, trying to make ends meet till the age of 24 when his master sent him to another place, another town to fix. There's this customer, Mr. Kingsley, that always comes to repair his car, and they had to follow him to his house to repair that car. And by the time they got there, he didn't know that the man had issues with, I think, some policemen. They came in and they arrested him, the mechanic, and this Mr. Kingsley. And before he could say jack, that was how he ended up in court for a crime he did not know. He said even while investigation was going on, he had called, his master had come to appeal to say this is just a mechanic. I just sent him on an errand. He knows nothing about this Mr. Kingsley or somebody that was, I think it was a murder case. And they arrested the Oga, but after a while they released him. But this guy was sentenced to life, in fact, to the death row. And after he was appealed and he was sentenced to life imprisonment. And he said he did not understand what happened to him. So he was there, started going to, they have schools that they do there. He was able to do his WAEC and all that. Did some theology, got some theology certifications before, finally, I think one of these non-governmental organizations was able to, get him out because when they come there, they isolate those cases where the victims say they are innocent, and then review the cases. There was no case, and he was just saying that life had really treated him, but he was able to learn. The prison was a learning experience for him, and it's better.
I want to take the story of Osun State. So the governor-elect of Osun State has been making some accusation through his media and his media spokesperson Olawale Rasheed that the attention of the governor-elect and the campaign organization has been brought to the fact that there are some spendings taking place by the government, quick awarding of contracts after the election was lost. They also mentioned about 17 million naira loan that they believe the government took, 17 billion naira loan that they allege that the current governor in Osun State took to fund the elections. The Osun State governor has already replied through the Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Mrs. Funke Igemode, describing that the claims are figment of imagination, that they are false, no proof to back the claims. They did not take any loan, that he's been in government for 3 years and the governor never took loan all through that time. That it's impossible for him to now have taken a 17 billion naira loan for elections, and that all the accusations they are throwing around, that there's no person taking up any property. Also mentioned that the governor-elect should focus on telling his people how he wants to govern the state as opposed to...
But let me take the story of Peter Obi very quickly. So he was speaking yesterday when he was being interviewed about this issue of structure. This question keeps coming up to him. So he said that the 100 million poor people in Nigeria are his structure. Why do people keep asking him about structure? And that it's not about... And I'm interested, I watched an interview recently that was somebody was saying that the structures political parties lean on was relevant back then. But today, you don't need that structure anymore, because within those structures were important then, because we don't have we don't have an electronic way of uploading results then. So you need your people, the structure, to be there to man your votes across the wards. But now, from there, it's going to the server. So that structure that you are thinking you have is not what we need today.
Relevant.
So he's saying that 100 million poor people are already his structure. So that's who he needs to show up on that day to vote, not the structure, the physical structure that people are leaning on. So I think it's an interesting point. The other story I was going to take was the major headline. I don't think I have time for that. This thing that was trending, Tinubu's adamant that the camp of the TCU, that's Tinubu Campaign Organization, have repeatedly said that the clergymen that showed up on the unveiling are not fake. That they might not be the popular ones that we know, but they came. There was an open event for all to attend. But people are saying, of course, on social media, it was trending, seriously trending. People are not even dressing as clergymen. Also saying that these people do not look like real clergymen. So whose idea was it to gather people together and just present them as clergymen? But the organization is saying that no, they're actually real. Hey, regardless, everybody's doing what they can to get their attention. But either way, 2023 will come and it will go. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we're bringing our guests from Roland. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in
doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us on the show is the investment manager Oladipo Halima from Rollard Properties. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So what does Rollard have for us today?
Good morning, viewers. My name is Halima Oladipo from Rollard Properties and Allied Services Limited. And Rollard is in the business of helping people through their journey of being landowners, being landed property owners, even being house owners. And we have our properties situated at different locations, strategic locations suited for different purposes. We have within Lagos, within Ibadan, within Ogun State, and within Abuja. And we also have offices within these states where you can walk in to make your inquiries.
Okay, so where exactly do you have properties and what kind of properties? You're talking about owning properties. Nigerians just think you must own property for residential.
Okay.
But I can just need the land to farm. Are you looking at what kind of properties?
Yeah, we have different properties for different purposes. We have for farming, we have farmlands, we have residential purposes land, we have commercial purposes landed properties. So all you need to do is just reach out to us. Let us know specifically what you want and we will help you through your journey. And a lot of people always think that being a landowner, being a property owner is something that is very tedious, something that is very difficult. And it's not their fault. It's because of what the country is saying. And because of the fraudsters we have all over right now, and then people find it very difficult to believe people when they tell you, you can be a landowner seamlessly. You'll be surprised and amazed that these Okada riders, motorcycle riders, tricycle riders, they own properties. We have them. Even pepper sellers, they own properties. They build houses. And it's not like they just did it in one day. It's a gradual process. And little by little, you see it's done, and you look at it, they just invite you to their housewarming, and you be like, even me that I'm a salary earner, that I'm earning millions, six figure every month, I don't even own a land. So don't think you can't be a landowner. Don't think you can't own a property. With steadfastness and with commitments, consistency, you can do it.
Yeah, we like a little bit of our woof. So is there any promotion ongoing?
Definitely. Salah just ended the Ileya, but Rollard Property is still offering you the opportunity to be landowners within Lagos, Ibadan, Ogun State with our Salah Splash promo. You can get up to 30% discount on outright payments. So the discount varies per property. We have 15%, we have 20%, we have 30% discount. Depends on the property that you are purchasing. And also, we are still giving out gift items, definitely. Those are just complimentary gifts. It's not like you are buying them or something. When you buy landed properties, just to encourage you and be like, oh, yes, you have done well, well done. We are giving out rams, goats, bags of rice, vegetable oil. So the Salah is over, but the celebration is still not over at Rollard Properties.
So with this discount, what's the spread like? Because I know that even with the discount that you're giving for Salah promo, some people will still feel like they cannot afford some of these properties. So what do you have as offers for such people?
Okay, I mentioned something. I said if you want to be a landowner, it's not something so tedious. It's not something that you have to break your bank for. We have installments plans. All you need to do is just reach out to us via our websites, call our phone numbers. You can visit us on social media, and then someone is going to be there to guide you through. We have installments plans. We have different installment packages for you. And I'm sure there's a package for you, whoever you are, whatever you earn. Even if you are 16 years old, come to Rollard Properties. I'm sure there's a package suitable for you.
So what are documents available for these properties?
We have documents ranging from receipts, payment receipts to CFO, we have RFO, we have excision, we have deed of assignment, all documentations are available.
What of development levy?
Okay, at Rollard Properties, we don't charge developmental levies for now, but in future, well, that would be a decision. of the landowners, of the property owners. Okay, we want you to do this for us. What are you going to do? How are we going to? So it's going to be a decision. We are not imposing it on anybody.
Okay.
And this does not stop you from construction. Once you've gotten your landed property, you've been allocated, it doesn't stop you from construction. Once you have your land, you've been allocated, the land is yours. Whatever you want to do, you do it on your land.
Very soon we'll be seeing Rollard in our dreams. Everybody hears Rollard. But how secure are these properties?
They are secure, they are completely safe and secure. These estates are fenced, they are gated with security personnel on site. And you can't just walk into the estate without being a landowner. You can't. And there's no issue of omonile. That's why Rollard is there. And we're asking you to come and buy from Rollard because a lot of people complain about these omonile issues, people troubling them here and there whenever they purchase. But when you buy from Rollard Properties, trust me, you're buying peace of mind.
When can they come and see the place?
We go on site inspection on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and even on Saturdays. So if you're not available on a Tuesday, every day except for Monday. Every day except from Monday. And if you feel like, oh, you can't work with our own plan, you have a different plan, or maybe you want an emergency or impromptu inspection, just reach out to us. And I'm sure we can work something out for you.
Reach out. Where can they reach out to you?
You can reach out to us on our website, www.rollardproperties.com. You can send us emails at info@rollardproperties.com. You can check us out on social media at Rollard Properties Ltd on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And you can call any of the phone numbers showing on the screen. There will be someone to respond to you and help you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Halima. It's a pleasure having you on the show. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back and move to other topics, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR?
Check. Clock is ticking. Time is racing. Lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot and...
Welcome to another sponsor segment on Your View. We have with us Mr. Rilwan Sumonu. He's the MD of Nur Takaful Limited, Insurance Limited. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
We'll be discussing the 109 million surplus to policyholders. Tell us exactly what this insurance is about and how it's been so far.
Okay, thank you so much. Nur Takaful happens to be the first full-fledged Takaful insurance operator in Nigeria. We were licensed to operate in the year 2016, and we started full operation in 2017 with branches in Lagos, Abuja, Kano, and presently we have branches in Ibadan and Kaduna recently opened. Now, Takaful is all about joint guarantee. That's people coming together to contribute into a pool or fund and to compensate any of them that suffers a loss within a particular period. Let's say, for example, as we are in here, we all are contributing into a fund. You know, it's something that we practice unconsciously, even in this part of the world. One of us wants to have an event, maybe a ceremony. We said, okay, let's contribute and assist her. That's what that's the basic thing about Takaful. Joint guarantee, people coming together to assist one another at the part during a period of need. That's the basic thing about the Takaful model. And if you look at the conventional insurance presently, what the Takaful model has done so far is to solve a particular question that people have been asking. With the conventional insurance, I've been paying premium year in, year out. I've never benefited anything from this, my policy. For example, you have a motor insurance policy. Once you pay your premium to the insurance company and nothing happens, that's the end with that contract. That's why with the conventional, they call it risk transfer. That is, once you pay your premium, you have transferred your risk to the insurance company. But with the Takaful model, it's saying risk sharing.
Okay.
Because what we are doing is we are contributing into a common pool of fund for us to assist any of us that's in need. So that is what Takaful is all about. Now, by the time we compensate or we assist each other from that pool,
okay,
and something is left, there's a surplus or excess in that fund, that is what is shared amongst other people who have not benefited. So that's why with the Takaful model, we always say it's your win-win insurance. Win-win in the sense that either way you benefit from the policy. It's either you benefit by the way of claim settlement or you benefit by way of surplus sharing.
Okay.
So that's what the Takaful model, basically, that's what.
All right, sir. So how would you assess the level of performance of Takaful in the years that you have been operating?
Okay, so far, if we look at the insurance industry itself as a whole, the level of penetration is still very low. If we look, for example, we take into cognizance the population of Nigeria, well over 200 million. And even the insuring fraction of that, say like 50 million, for example, I don't think we've been able to scratch the surface. So the same thing is applicable to the Takaful insurance, that's the sector. But what I can say is, if I look at it from the perspective of my organization, No Takaful, just like I said, we started operation in the year 2017. Between 2017 and now, if I want to use No Takaful as a yardstick, then I'll say Takaful has done very, very well in Nigeria. Let's take, for example, in the year 2020, our gross written contribution was 1.2 billion. As at the year of 2021, we did 3.7 billion. That's about 208%.
Wow.
Far, far higher than what is obtainable as a benchmark in the insurance industry. So I think, yes, it's evolving, let me put it that way, but we are doing very, very well.
Okay.
Especially, okay.
Who's very aware of Takaful, and I've always done for the past 8 years Takaful contributions. I would say that the approach in marketing it is wrong for most companies, but people still approach it from a religious angle. So you see, Talkback and Co do not know what Takaful is, and that's abnormal. If it is operating, it is open for everybody. It's something everybody should be able to benefit from. So that usual marketing from a religious approach, where they come to only the Muslims and the mosque, is what I think affected the popularity of Takaful. It's something that everybody can benefit from, but
before you came on the show, I was just telling him that I wanted connection to Jais Bank because they have a policy for getting 0% loan. But I want to ask you about, you already said that Takaful, No Takaful, your own company, has been doing well. And then you mentioned that even better than the conventional insurance benchmark that is around. But when people are watching and are asking, how is it different from the conventional? Because really, like Nima said, some of us don't even know what the concept of Takaful is. You mentioned that you're getting... They don't share after. What else is it? How else is it different? What are the specific products that you believe would be important? Do you have car insurance? Can I insure my house? Do I still get to insure my life? Exactly.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. The Takaful insurance, it's almost the same thing like conventional insurance.
Okay.
Yes. The same product conventional sell is what we sell.
Oh.
Your motor insurance, your fire and burglary, owner policy, and what have you. Even the same thing is applicable under the life insurance policy that you just mentioned. It's only that the terminology is different. We call it family insurance and not life. So that's just the only difference you see in it. And in addition to what you rightly said, there's still a whole lot of public awareness that we need to do as Takaful operators. And just like you rightly said, the misconception is one of the key major challenges we've been having. Yes, some organizations or some individuals may present the model in a very wrong way. It's something we've experienced, and that's just the truth. But Takaful goes beyond Islam. Let me mention something to you now. We reviewed our portfolio recently, and we found out about 35% of our participants, that's our customers, are non-Muslims. Even as our staff, it's a mix of both Muslims and Christians. In fact, I start to say it here. The last managing director of No Takaful was a Christian, a pastor. So for you to understand that what we are giving out is value.
Beyond religion.
I think, yes, people are beginning to understand that. The onus is now on us, just like you rightly said, for us to ensure that we present this concept, this model to people the way it is. Yes, we are guided by the Sharia principles. There are some investments we cannot go into if they are halal. We can't invest in alcohol, casino, gambling, and what have you.
Oh, okay.
Those are the basic things. And we cannot insure such businesses. So those are just the basic differences. Just like I always tell people, if you look through our policy documents, you see it word for word, virtually the same thing with the conventional. The only clause you see that differentiates us from them is what we call the Takafu clause, which tells you everything I've mentioned here that differentiates us
from the other.
From the regular
According to NICOM's reports, this Takafu contributes less than 1% to insurance. And you're thinking, do you really see a projection? Do you really see a growth and acceptance of this type of insurance growing in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you so much. Just like I told you earlier, there's a massive market out there for us. So the onus is on us to see how we can tap into that market. And one of the key things we've been able to achieve over the years, for example, let me use my company again, is the issue of trust. That's one of the major challenge insurance has in Nigeria, trust. People are always like, look, my past experiences, the experiences I've had from people, so they're always skeptical when it comes to the issue of insurance. With No Takafu, what we've been able to do over the years is to meet up with the promises that we have made. And one of the key selling points we have is the issue of surplus distribution. Now, in our first year of operation, after the expiration of the first set of policies, people were expectant that when are you paying us the surplus that you promised? And some persons were not patient enough. They moved their businesses out because the surplus distribution was not coming as they expected. But there's a process to settling surplus.
Right.
Time will not permit me to go into details. There's a process we go through, get approval from the regulator and others before you pay it. So they couldn't wait. But behold, after like 2-3 months, when we were willing to now distribute surplus, we now wrote out to them that you are entitled to so amount. They're like, I'm telling you, the following year, they brought those businesses back. And as I speak with you, since 2017, about 95% of our customers are still being retained in our books.
Wow.
So to a large extent, it shows you the level of trust we've been able to build over the years. So what I see the Takafu model doing in the market now is we've impacted the market in such a way that even the conventional insurance companies are beginning to see us as serious competitors in the market because the value we are giving out there, they can't give it. So I see that opportunity as very massive. And we in fact, the sky is just the beginning for Takafu in Nigeria.
Okay, so we'll be wrapping up with you, but is there any advice you'd like to give someone who has not subscribed at all? I mean, as we wrap up on this, to Takafu, because I'm hearing it for the very first time.
Me too.
I've never heard of it in my life. So, and especially for non-Muslims. So I'd like you to say a few things to let them know that it's okay for them to, and how do they find you, and how do they find your website or something? Just tell us.
We are on the website www.notakafu.ng. And you can also reach us at info@notakafu.ng as well. Our office is at 170 Bagada Expressway in Bagada, directly opposite UPS. And just like I said, we have branches in Ibadan, Lagos, Kano, and Kaduna. And we are also looking at moving into the South very soon. We are already working on that. And that's part of the answer to the question you asked there. You asked concerning non-Muslims. For what we are selling is value. And I want people to appreciate us from that perspective. What we sell is value. We don't discriminate concerning our marketing.
I like what you said about the Sharia, because when people like me hear Sharia, I'm like, Sharia. But when you just said it's about Allah, don't do this, don't do this. Not because when you hear Sharia in my head, it's like cut hands. Cut hands. That's all I think when I hear Sharia.
English, ethical insurance.
Ethical, God bless you. So it's good to have information. So Sharia is ethical. Fantastic. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure having you on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, you've learned quite a few things already. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. Following the continued activities of terrorists in Nigeria, the federal government is considering a ban on the use of motorcycles, commercial motorcycles, known as Okada, and even mining activities in the country. The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, said the measure would cut off funding of terrorists and bandits in Nigeria. What are your thoughts? You can call us on 08127053687, 09139076948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. So Nigerians are asking the federal government to take drastic actions, because you keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. It's insanity, they say. So the federal government is introducing new measures, one of which is, let's ban this thing called Okada. Because many of these funders, many of these ransom takers, all these kidnappers, this is what they're using these monies for, buying Okadas, shipping them in, and cutting that source might help reduce terrorism. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree, or do you think it's too drastic a measure, considering the fact that there are many people who are poor, and this is still a necessary commodity for Nigerians using to get around?
Nigerians had other jobs that they were doing to earn a living before the influx of Okada. And we don't have a problem with Okada because Okada has come to, alleviate the stress of trekking for most people, especially in those areas where there are no good roads, the taxi cabs are not able to enter, the buses are not able to enter those very interlands. So the bikes, we've used them as a way to make life easy for the average Nigerian. And I understand that it's difficult to let go of what you're used to, and that's why a lot of people are clamoring, no, don't stop the bikes. But look around us, look around the environment. You notice that the bike men have changed. The bike men are not the bike men we used to have back in the days. You would take a bike now, you will speak your language to the bike man, you know where they lived, you knew them as part of you, elderly men, as part of society, elderly men who just wanted to do something to earn a living, you knew them. That's not the kind of bike men we have now. We have, if you ask me, almost strangers who sometimes do not even speak your language in the whole country. They're total strangers. The recklessness of these bikes, because they do not even understand the traffic rules. The other time I was driving, I was trafficating, I saw this bike man, before I realized what was happening, the way he ran into my car and broke his leg. And before I could say jack, my vehicle was gathered. There were over 40. It was the police that saved me. The police just said, let's go to the station, madam. I'm so happy that we saw you immediately. They would have dealt with me. He slammed into me and broke his own leg. I paid though. I paid for his treatment. That's how the bike industry that was supposed to be a way of, some of the men that were driving the bikes before were people who had left their jobs, some had retired, just something small to just drive around and come back. That's not what we have now. That's one. The insecurity, these men are using it as a front for the criminalities that happen. Come to places like Lekki, you are walking, your bag is snatched from bike men. They snatch your bag, they commit all sorts of atrocities. They hide, we see in the papers, they hide ammunitions in their bikes. So if the government wants to fight insecurity, this is a step in the right direction. They are saying, how do we cut off these people so that we are doing it holistically? Right. So while we are trying to find a way to go into the bushes and raid them, which they have not started, and I have a problem with them not starting, even after the Tucano death and everything, I want to see more of that. Let us also find a way to cut them down from a lot of people coming in from different countries to come and ride bike here. Men used to go into the farms those days, and I understand that insecurity is stopping them from doing that, but there are other jobs they can do. They can learn carpentry, they can learn all these menial jobs that they can do. Plumbing.
All right, let me come to Tokwe, because she said something which was interesting. I mean, that many of these bike riders are strangers. Interestingly, I've been living in my house right now for over 10 years, and I didn't realize that my security guard, who I thought was from he was from somewhere in the north. I just found out 2 weeks ago he's from Ivory Coast. I never knew it was from Ivory Coast. I thought he was speaking Hausa. I mean, I just used to think, I don't speak Hausa, but I thought he was Hausa.
Wow.
It was just 2 weeks ago. He said, I speak, and I'm from Cote d'Ivoire. I'm like, what?
What are you doing here?
Like, so they're strangers.
Strangers.
He's been living in my house. And I thought he was Nigerian. I can't ask him, abroad, if you're from you're thinking, how did you get in? Your passport? Do you have your stage? I don't even want to ask this one. How did you enter?
They just throw it into the country.
They just throw it into the country and they're here living.
Yes.
What about your thoughts on this?
So that side is very worrisome. The fact that it's not just, you see, we need to start dealing with Okada challenge for the other crime part of it. Not just the fact that they steal, but the human trafficking part of it. The same way we bring in house girls from some country, from Plateau or from Niger State or somebody from Calabar or from Cotonou. That is how they bring in Okada riders. So the people that have money will buy like 20 bikes. And then they will not go and recruit, not proper like recruitment. They bring people like their house boys and bring them in. They ride the bike, come back and just sleep. Not like there's no house, there's nothing. They just sleep on the bike. They just sleep in a place provided for them. Everybody just sleeps together. The next day, jump on the bike again and start going around. There's an industry around it. Now, we are facing we're in a guerrilla warfare. It's not that you cannot fight. This is not conventional. You don't know your enemy. You are fighting an unconventional warfare. You must start thinking unconventionally. You must start approaching it in an unconventional way. So how am I going to deal with this crisis? There are countries in this world that they didn't used to have firing squad for corruption. Countries had to put in policies.
Yes.
If you are caught as a corrupt person, we will kill your wife. Both of you will die. Because they were going to deal with a specific problem that they knew ordinary eye cannot solve this problem. So we are dealing with corruption. We are dealing with robbery. We are dealing with kidnapping. We are dealing with banditry. We are dealing with people saying 40 bikes came in.
Influx.
And they were all carrying 100 bikes came in. All of them carrying AK-47. That is what we are dealing with. People can escape when you are still trying to load diesel into your truck at the police station because they are rationing diesel. Okada has come in, kidnapped, gone out. So what we are dealing with requires a different approach, and it is going to be extremely uncomfortable for everyone dealing with the issue. Yeah. Now, the challenge for Nigerians are, when we hear any government policy, since we don't trust our government, we don't believe in the sincerity of ability to enforce it long term. Following through with that policy. So it sounds nice. I'm liking the sound bites I'm hearing. But I'm wondering, can they do this? Would they do it before elections because they know that it can affect the election? Would they be willing to would they follow through, or would they do it for like a week or two and then they'll say before election they will relax?
Let me hear Nima's thoughts on this. What do you think? Because I hear those arguments, and I also remember that there are people who genuinely do this business.
There's no other way.
They do this is their only source of livelihood. So do you think it's fair to do a total ban, or to find some kind of other way to solve this problem?
Like I said during the newspaper review, it's a solution that they're looking at. So it's a welcome one. And I think that they're not even looking at us in the cities when they're talking about this. They're looking at the interiors, the villages, like the turbaning of that Fulani Seriki. They came in bikes, and so they know what they're looking at. They're looking at cutting off sources of funding for terrorism. They're looking at suspending mining. These are things that happen in those areas where we have major insecurity. Before we reach here, where they are talking, they're not talking about us here and the level of bikeman abuses that we have here. They're talking about those areas. And so for me, in those areas, before it now became a mode, the kidnap of the Dapchi girls, the terrorists arrived on their bikes. They came in like 400 bikes to one area. That didn't used to be how bike men rode bikes. Everybody did not have a bike. So you could trek. When I served, I was posted to Kogi State, Kaba. And sometimes when I was leaving camp, you could trek for hours to get to the park. And I was almost trekking for that long until I saw somebody returning from the farm with his farm product and a bike. That's the level of biking that they had. So I'm saying they must use sense to do it. For some people in those interiors, that is how they go to farm and bring back farm products. So when we are saying total ban? Are we creating alternatives? Are we saying this is how you will now transfer farm products? In the olden days, my grandfather had a Land Rover. Everybody would rent it. They would go and to their farms to clear things. Are you looking at easing people's lives, or are we saying total hardship to everybody while we in the cities who are making the policies are riding cars and we're not farmers? So I don't want us to do it from a selfish point of view, but it's a need, just as BC said, that we must do, because they said we don't want to fight the insecurity. We are not ready, but let's be complex in our thinking. Let's think it through and find alternatives.
Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Thanks for staying with us. We'd like to open our phone lines to get the viewers' thoughts on this possible nationwide ban. It hasn't been approved yet. It's still being discussed. We'd like to hear your thoughts. You can call us on numbers on your screen, 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. So we heard the different sides of this story. But there's still that angle of total ban, especially like in the cities, as you said, but in the communities, in those areas that are not as busy. This is what people, so we need to also understand the modus operandi of how you plan to ban. Do you need to do it in phases? Is it going to be a drastic ban once and for all? Or how does the government, we're not sure, they've not given us a blueprint on how they expect to do it, but what do you think is going to be the best option on how to go about this phase, this banning?
The level of enforcement. So this is not the first time we see National Security Council come out of a meeting and give resolutions. And one of such resolutions they gave in the past was the president's clear directive that shoot at sight. Any wakai, anything. You know, till today, they're not shoot anything. They're not shoot bed. They never shoot. So we are afraid that this is a lip service order. If you want to enforce something like this, the first place of call is the ports. Ban the importation because we don't produce bikes.
Exactly.
Ban the importation of bikes before you maul up all the ones that are already working everywhere. Stop the importation of bikes. Close the borders and say we no longer allow this form of transport and importation. But you see, these same people will come with an empowerment plan and they'll be giving out bikes. So how exactly do you plan to do this? Are you just going to come out and say this is what we are doing? But that of the suspension of mining activities, that one is inside your hands. And so we should not be doubtful about how you will enforce it, except you yourself, you are not serious about this issue of insecurity. And we've seen too many precedents to not have a trust in the readiness of the government to fight this. So I just hope that there's not pre-election.
I have Grace from Abuja. Good morning. Hello. Grace from Abuja, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. So I just wanted to comment about this because I remember that once I had to move to Lagos, and I was staying in around Ojodu, Bega, thereabouts. And I realized that one of the things that was that was obvious was having bikes around that area. So I'm thinking one of the reasons why there were bikes obviously was because having cars, pass through that area was a tough one. The road itself was bad. I was staying in Olowo Kerry Street, which is quite close to Abeokuta, and it was very tough because I can't wear.
Grace? Hello, Grace? I think we lost that call. Network here.
Yeah, so I wanted to say that I want to believe that this ban, whether it's called total ban or not, is just for commercial activities. For instance, in the villages that, like you mentioned, they would not say that individuals who use their bikes to get to the farm will not be able to have that access. And I also want the government to make it very plain so that people understand where they fall in. Yes, that's one. But two, the issue of insecurity has eaten so deep into the society, and Nigerians are not feeling the government's sincerity in fighting this. As if we just want to gloss over. You want to pick from the top. You are not looking at the root cause of this insecurity. You are not trying to fight it from ground, uproot it. You have mentioned over time, and I will keep saying it here till these governors come out and list the names of the sponsors of these terrorists. They have promised us, we know them, we know where they gather, we know where they meet. Until today, we have not gotten anything. Some people have said that we know where they stay. Some villagers have also said that we know these people, we know where they stay. We have pointed them out to security operatives to go in there and get them. But it seems like nobody wants to work. It seems like the government is, just trying to do this as a cover and leave the real issue. Because, see, this is just a means of transportation for these people. If you take it away, they'll find another means. There are the waterways. There are different ways they can come in and do what they need to do. When the militants were operating, how were they coming? It was through the water. They were not using bikes. So these people are You know, like
Criminals will find a way.
yes, they will always find a way. So let the government not just focus on let's ban the bikes. Maybe then they will stop coming in bikes, and then you're not going deep. You're not fighting the people who are supplying them these ammunitions. You're not fighting the people who are paying them. You're not curbing a banditry where they are getting money to fund themselves. And you think this will work?
Well, let's see, because I mean, I would like to assume that they're doing these things simultaneously. I would like to assume, although they have not even given us the names we've been asking for years.
Yes.
I would like to believe, as an optimistic Nigerian, that as they are fighting behind, they're also saying these bikes are aiding these criminal elements. So let us also nip it in the bud. So I'm hoping that's what they're doing.
So, you know, when we're talking about what we're trying to deal with is banditry, you know, we're trying to deal with the insecurity challenges, we're trying to deal with terrorism and kidnapping. And in trying to deal with that, we must look at all the things that fund them, all the things that support them, all the things that let it thrive. Part of which is that we don't really know who is a Nigerian in Nigeria. Like, it's only when you have a passport or maybe names you used to know yourself, by which then your security man can go and register for names and claim that he's from Kineko, and they will register him. So we really need to start having data. Who are the people that are Nigerians? When we say, like in the farm in Ogbomoso now, our farm in Ogbomoso, the security men actually need bike to traverse the farm. They can't leg the farm, so they need to use a bike. So they have the watchtower, they see what's going on somewhere, somebody is stealing the cashew, they will use their bike to get there in time. So the bikes are actually essential. But if we can register everybody, you know, we have data of every bike has a number. Every number, we know the person, we know where they stay. If we can start accumulating data little by little, we can get there.
I'd like us to pause. You want to say something? Let me just say quickly.
Bobby of Lagos says, these same bandits also move in Hilux trucks. If they can ban bikes, they'll just get more vehicles to aid their atrocities. Or will the federal government ban Hilux trucks too? When Lagos State government banned bikes in Lagos, I know 3 people who were robbed in one day because their bikes were gone.
I also know people whose life was saved because the bikes were gone. Either way, so we can't have a perfect system. People are going to have to, something have to give. But the truth is that we want the government to fix this problem. If they're offering a solution, we hope it's not just, it should be holistic. That's pretty much what's in a nutshell. I have to pause this conversation because, as I said, it's still a suggestion. I don't like us to go on this nice conversation on this what government is just suggesting. Until then, they make it a law, and here we can discuss it. But right now, let's hope that they are serious about these suggestions that they're putting forward. Let me go on a break. When we come back, there's another topic that really cut deep because it affects young girls in FGGC or your state. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting, as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is best, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. So we got a story from the FGGC Oyo State about the allegation of a rape of a 14-year-old girl. And according to the reports that we have, this is not the first time. It's been almost a decade-long issue where young girls have been raped. And many also alleged that since the resumption of the current principal, these rape cases have heightened. And to the point where this young girl was recently raped, and the report has been, the police has made some arrests. On the phone this morning, we have with us the Secretary, Old Girls Association, Federal Government Girls College, Oyo State, Olamide Odeneye Thompson, who will be telling us exactly what happened. And then we'll have the Commissioner of Police, Oyo State Command, Adeboale Williams, who will also be telling us exactly how the arrests have been made and what the investigations are ongoing so far. Let me start with the Secretary of the Old Girls Association, Olamide Odeneye Thompson. Good morning, madam. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, Mariah.
Good morning. We got the story and it was quite disturbing. Could you give us an idea of exactly what happened and why your organization is asking for the suspension of the principal?
Well, thank you, Mariah. The notice got to us about 2 weeks ago when we got some information online about this rape incident. And as Old Girls, we sprung into action immediately, speaking with the principal, trying to get an idea as to what exactly happened. And I can tell you for a fact that, the panel was set up immediately. In Oyo, the principal, it's the school management board committee, so it has representatives of the host community, the old girls, the principal, and some concerned staff were at that meeting, and you convened on Saturday to show you the importance of this. And the panel has sat and they have sent forward their report to the Federal Ministry of Education. Now, it was alleged that a 14-year-old girl was actually sexually assaulted by a teacher. This is somebody in trust, somebody that we have kept children in trust with in the school. And the panel has put forward their report, and that has been sent to the Federal Ministry of Education. And as old girls, we have also put up our own committee to also do a parallel investigation to actually confirm exactly what has happened. And we've been speaking with not just the principal of the school, but as well as the parents, the PTA chairman, and a few other people of interest that we think will be important into giving us a full picture of what has happened. Now, let me state clearly that we totally condemn, in fact, we decry all forms of abuse against women and girls, especially sexual assault. And by those that, they are exploiting the power and the position of trust that they are in. So we totally decry that. We're not in support of it at all. And I'm happy that the Commissioner of Police is also on this call, because we also know that the teacher involved has been arrested, and we expect that the police will carry out full investigation and start to court as quickly as possible, so that we can get closure on this.
Okay.
Now, one thing I need to correct, I'm not aware of the decade-long rape cases. We're not aware of that. I told us categorically we can take that. We're not aware of it.
I'd like you to clarify something for me. If indeed an arrest has been made concerning this situation, why, therefore, is your organization asking for the principal to be suspended? Because the police has already taken this up. So why is the principal also seen as complicit in this?
Yes. Well, the old girls have not asked for the principal to be suspended. I think that is the National Association of Women Journalists, and that's the Ibadan chapter, because that interview aired yesterday at 6 p.m. TVC News. We haven't asked, of course, for the suspension of the principal. What we're saying is we need to do a thorough investigation and find out the lapses, find out exactly what happened, and punishment be meted out to exactly who and who we find.
Okay, it was frozen. Now, let me just come quickly to the Commissioner of Police. I'm told it's also on the phone. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Yes, madam.
CP, good to have you on. So, could you give us a summary of what's ongoing concerning this matter right now? Can you confirm that someone has been arrested, and how much investigation has gone on so far on this?
Yes. The suspect, Alayo 30 Oyebode, 49 years old, has been arrested. The victim claims that the teacher, this person, Alayo 30 Oyebode, has been having carnal knowledge of her, and it has been a continuous act since November 2021 to May 2022. And she got tired of the intimidation by the teacher, who has threatened that she should not tell anybody. She got tired of this and decided to tell her mom, her friend. As a matter of fact, she said she complained to the principal and even the vice principal. But they did not do anything about it until when the mother was told and she reported at the police station. The suspect was arrested somewhere in Oyo where he was enjoying himself. And today, we have charged him to court. The scene has been visited, and it was confirmed that the description of the house, that is the staff quarters where the suspect was living or is living, is exactly the same as the girl described. And according to the girl, he used to intimidate her, at times using knives, and even some orthodox threats that if you do this, even if I can't use another thing, I could use spiritual stuff to deal with you. And according to the girl, she's not ready to die, and that is why she decided to voice it out.
All right, let me get a few questions in for you, sir.
Sir, it was alleged that the principal of the FGC Oyo was also arrested. Can you confirm his participation in this?
Yes, we sent invitation letter to the principal, and we equally sent letter to the Honorable Minister for his information and for official release of the principal and vice principal to come and answer to the allegations against them.
Did they show up? Did they show up? Did they show up, sir?
Hello?
Did the principal show up? Let me question.
Not yet.
So
Not yet. Okay. We're waiting for the principal, the release by the ministry. Then if he did not show up, then we'll arrest them.
Okay. So this story, we all got information about it after the protest that took place by women, women in journalism, the Oyo chapter, when they came to protest in the school. At what point did the police get involved? Because I know that many times people would say we didn't get official report and all of that. When did the police get involved? And because we need to reassure people that we can always trust the system. So can you break down how the system works? On this case and going forward, if anybody hears about this kind of thing happening, what should they do? And what was done in this case, and how did you guys get involved?
Yes, the police got involved when the case was reported at Atiba Police Station.
Okay.
On 30th June 2022.
Okay.
And it was reported by the mother who went with the girl to go and make the complaint.
Okay, so let me ask, what sort of help is this girl getting at the moment, even while investigations are ongoing?
I'd like to take that question to the secretary for the old girls. Madam Olamide, could you help me answer the question from BC?
What sort of help is the girl getting now?
We're aware that she started to see a specialist because really she really is traumatized. We're aware that she started seeing a specialist now. We confirmed that from her parents. But we as old girls, we've also set up an initiative where we have members of the old girls who are actually experts and professionals to see how we can also be of help, not just to her, but to all other girls within the school. Because the honest truth is that there are a lot of lapses, like I said, and that's why, having a proper committee on ground directly from the Federal Ministry of Education with old girls and then the Unity Students Old School Association, having that committee in place will also help us carry this initiative forward. So we're looking at proper reporting channels. How come she was so scared? Was there a proper reporting channel within school? What happened? Who got the report first? Then what happens, if the report comes out? Things like that. So we're looking at a lot of things. And also going forward to talk to girls about their own safety. Because another thing that we're seeing, with this age of social media is the fact that, we're seeing adults being able to talk to children outside even the comfort of the school. So it's not just, what I sense is a sort of a predatorship, somebody who is a predator right now, who is talking to young girls and using his position as a teacher to prey on them. So we have a lot of initiatives that we're currently discussing as old girls to see how we can actually bring help to this particular girl and other girls that may have situation are still afraid to speak up, and then girls remaining in school.
Sorry to ask, Did you find out any other case that, you know, presently is not bold enough to come out, that is willing to share with you in privacy?
Well, currently right now, no, because the girls are actually preparing for exams. So currently, they just got back from half term and they're preparing for their final exam. Like I said, we're also waiting for the rep of the Federal Ministry of Education, who has also been directed to visit the school. So that's when we're going to go in as a committee to actually have those talks and investigations. But like I said, we're already speaking to some parents and we're already trying to get to discover if there are other cases and to also come up with a proper reporting channel, you know, which may not be within the school network.
So I like the attention this is getting, because sometimes you would hear people, school owners say, issues of defilement, stuff like this happens in school where the school authorities are able to nip in the bud either by sacking the person involved, getting the police involved. But in this situation, because I'm reading the report, it's saying that sexual predators, I'm seeing words like sexual predators, suggesting that there were more, suggesting that there were other cases, and I can see that the National Association of Women of Journalists are taking this so seriously because they've involved the NUJ, they've involved the NUT, they've involved various, even the Minister of Education. They're saying, come to our aid. So my question is it because of this one case? And I think that's what Nick was trying to say. Or there's evidence that there are multiple cases, because when you see the kind of attention this is getting, you're thinking, is there more to this than what we're seeing?
So I agree with you. Like I said, we old girls are not aware of a decade-long incident. We're not aware of a decade-long incident. We're not aware of that.
Okay. All right. We have to wrap up.
I'd like to ask you. But like I said, we're working and ensuring that definitely this gets the attention that it needs.
Okay. Commissioner?
Okay. Commissioner, sir.
Commissioner, are you still there, sir?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
So when are we looking at, you know, charging this suspect to court?
He has been charged to court today.
Oh, great.
Family court to family court, Oyo State.
All right. CP, in Lagos State, it's almost a known fact that once you have these kind of situations, we encourage our girls to rush, first of all, to the closest healthcare center, go to Mirabel Center, you know, how to report this. In your state, what do you have in place that any child who is defiled or who is been abused, sexually abused, what's the first thing to do within that state to help before it even gets to you at all, that you can have enough evidence to charge people like this?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Did you hear me?
Can you repeat that?
I said usually in Lagos, they were kind of used to hearing that once something happens like this, the girl goes straight to the closest healthcare center, go and look for the Mirabel Center. Yes. You have a kit. There's a rep kit you get immediately just to have enough to provide to the police. Or even when you get to the police station, there's a rep kit, there's a family. In your state, the question is, what does a child or a family whose child has been defiled by an adult like this, what is the first step? Does it come to you, or is there a center they can go to ensure they gather the evidence and able to prevent you? What exactly is the procedure within your state?
Well, we don't have such, but we are collaborating with the National Association of Women Journalists for your state, Civil Liberty Organization, Ministry of Education, the Office of Attorney General for your state, and all together, including FIDA, to ensure that justice is served.
All right. Thank you very much, CP. We appreciate your comments this morning. Olamide, we have to wrap up with you, but what's that final message you'd like to give concerning this issue? Because we're giving you our platform. Who would you like to address this morning? Is it the Minister of Information or is it the school? What's your final word this morning?
Well, I will still call on the Honorable Minister of Education, because it's important that the report of that panel be acted on immediately. I know the teacher has been arrested, but we need to ensure that there's sanity in the process. It's very important that there's sanity in the process. Very, very important. So we need that committee to be set up on time, and we need the proper punishment to be handed down to whoever we find that is an accomplice in this. That is all I want.
Okay, CP, are you still there? Before I let you go, what are the charges this morning? Are you there?
Hello?
What are the charges? Since you're going to court this morning, what exactly are the charges you're filing?
He is being charged for defilement. Serial defilement.
Serial defilement, okay. Thank you, sir. All right, that's all we can take on the show. I hope, I think it's important to know that this issue of defilement happens in many schools. It's not the first time. We've been hearing it for many years. Systems must be in place to ensure that that child who's defiled knows I have a way, so I can get justice. So the same way we have it in Lagos State and other states, we're hoping that many more states replicate it. There should be a test kit. There should be something. All the schools should also put things in place to protect these children so they have a safe haven to report it. That's all we can take on the show today. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye for now.